I hate this stuff more than anything. I like to get on here and turn this camera on and provide you guys value. Every single day we post a video that is strictly providing you value on how you can create your own reality with wholesaling, virtually wholesaling. Whether it's live seller calls, live dispositions, mindset, tactics, whatever it is, that's what we come in here to provide you. And unfortunately, for everyone involved, today I have to take the time to record this video because Miss Tiffany High decided with her camera and her credit card to run Facebook ads, trying to persuade people to not follow me, to not receive the value that we provide you on a daily basis. Now, if you don't know what I'm talking about, there's this Facebook ad going around. I'm going to pull it up here in a second. You'll see. Highly disrespectful, but it's okay. It's her right to do whatever she wants, just like it's my right to respond to that and find out, is Tiffany High really results driven? That's her company name, results driven. Is she really results driven? Personally, based off of what I see here, I believe she is results driven for her own company. She's not results driven for you guys, because I have repeatedly said when it comes to acquisitions, you need to have a process that you follow. Whether or not you resonate with my process or Tiffany's process or anybody else's process, as long as you have a process, it more than likely works. I have repeatedly said that. I think my process works better than anybody's because I believe in it, and that's why I do it on a daily basis. I have also proven that my process works more than anyone and given it away freely. So that being said, let's bring up Tiffany's video. First and foremost, this is just beyond disrespectful in so many levels. There's never been a video of me without a hat on. Where's the hat? Second, I don't wear that much makeup. That's covering up a lot of blemishes. I let my blemishes just live out there for everyone to see. Third, let's talk about this beard. I don't have beard up in my mouth, all right? And it ain't red. The color's off, okay? Shape, pretty decent. Doesn't hang out this far on the sides, though. It's a little bit ridiculous looking, but case in point, she at least let people know who she was talking about. So let's listen to Miss Tiffany High now.
Are you still following the one call close methodology? Because
there you go. Now we know she's talking about not only did the beard let us know, but the one call methodology. Now we're going to break that here in a second, as that's never actually been something that I promote. It's part of the results. The results that I show you guys is closing deals on one dial every now and then, not all of them, but it's because of what, Tiffany?
the big real estate gurus told you it's the only way to close?
Again, not something I say. Actually, it's quite the opposite. I have repeatedly said, as long as you have a process that you're following and you become an expert inside of that process, you will get results. It's the consistency. It's not the only way. Like she's about to tell you her way is the only way.
Now, I know there are certain someones out there who will argue with me and say that you're letting a seller get off the phone. You're doing it wrong. You lost opportunity. It's gone forever.
Again, not something I've said. What I've said is you're adding a barrier to entry to the result of what you're desiring, which is closing the deal. Hence why we call them closers. That's their job, is to close the deal. So if they're on the phone, the objective should be to close the deal, not to do a discovery call and then an underwriting call and then an offer call and add the opportunity for so much to happen in between those calls. In Tiffany's case, when she has that three-step, the three barriers to entry of happening, if I come in and I can do all of that on one dial, there's a possibility I can close that deal before she ever gets to the second or third dial in her process. That being said, I've never said her process does not work. I have just said the reason why I disagree with it and why I think ours is better. I appreciate her letting everyone know that I am a big real estate guru, though. Thank you, Tiffany. It's about the only thing respectful you do in your video.
But what these guys fail to mention is that you're so focused on getting the sale on the call that no matter what, most of the time you end up sounding like a pushy car salesman and only land low-hanging fruit.
What? Pushy car salesman? What are we talking about? I have literally been referred to as the order taker in this industry. I am the opposite of a pushy car salesman. I rarely even negotiate on the phone. In fact, in over 1,800 videos posted on my YouTube channel, I cannot think of one time where I've ever talked about negotiations. I would love for anyone in all of those videos to find me acting like a pushy car salesman. This, to me, is where I get upset, where it's like, okay, if you're going to make a video and you're going to attack me and you're going to throw a boulder at me, that's fine. Back it up with facts, though. Like right now, this sounds like just Kamala Harris just making stuff up. What are we talking about? I'm not a pushy car salesman. In fact, for all of you that have followed me, what is rule number 1 in the closer's formula? Embrace no. We do not manufacture deals. We find deals. So what does this mean? Because she says, I sound like a pushy car salesman, which means what, Tiffany?
Which means you're probably missing out on at least 50% of the contracts that you could be locking up right
now. Where did that come from? 50? I'm missing out on 50% of the deals? What is that backed up on? My question is, has she ever done one dial closes? Is that where she came up with this? Did she come in and do KPIs on my community, Titanium University? Did she do KPIs on Titanium Investments, where we've done over 2,000 transactions in all 50 states? I mean, 50%. Where is this number just being made up from? This is insanity. I mean, if you're going to consider yourself an authority in this industry, you cannot just be throwing out numbers like this loosely like it's a fact. It's not a fact. That's just a bold-faced lie.
now. Think of it like this. Imagine going on a first date and asking that person to marry you before you've ever even had the chance to order an appetizer.
What? Now we're comparing closing a real estate transaction to getting married? What are we talking about? We're not getting married. This is a transaction. What kind of marriage lasts for 30 days? Here's an actual fact, Tiffany, an actual fact by the National Association of Realtors. 89% of buyers in a real estate transaction are represented by a realtor, meaning 89% of real estate transactions, the buyer and seller never talk to each other. 89% of real estate transactions, the buyer and seller never talk. So how are we going to say that in a real estate transaction, we are going to use the analogy of going on a date and asking someone to marry them? That is just such a poor analogy. It's not even funny.
I think you and I could both agree that it's going to take at least a few more dates and a little bit more whining and dining before anybody's ready to make a big commitment like that.
Incorrect. They have a house that they want to sell. I am a buyer. I am coming to them and I'm going to solve a problem for them. Now, in her scenario, I guess what she's saying is it takes 3 dates before you can ask someone to get married, because it's 3 calls in her process before you can buy the house. That is whining and dining. Again, just such a poor analogy. It's almost hard for me to even talk about. But this is a transaction that is lacking realtors because we're going direct to seller off market. They have a house that they want to sell. majority of the time, what we should be talking to is highly motivated sellers that need their property. Speed and efficiency is one of the core aspects that we bring to the table that helps these motivated sellers. The motivation needs that speed factor to it. Why would we elongate a sales process? I can't think of anybody that says we should add barriers to the result. We should elongate a sales process. This is anti everything sales. You want it to be efficient and quick and be able to close the deal. That's what makes them a closer.
Same rules apply for the way that you handle sales calls. Sometimes sellers just need a little bit more whining and dining before you can get to know them and they jump into this huge commitment with you. Look.
Okay, so you're right. Some sellers do not need to move quickly. Case in point, yesterday when I was actually doing this live where you could see, unlike Tiffany, where you've never actually seen her call a seller, okay, you could see me place thousands of phone calls for you guys to review to see if this is a fact or not. Yesterday, I talked to a mother and a son. They were not ready to move. They have issues where they have to decide, hey, if we sell this property, where are we going to move to? Would we have enough money? Could we afford the new place? Zero pushy salesman, zero pressure applied. I sat there and I helped them in their situation. And that call, I literally say, I am not going to send you any documents to sign today. I do not think you're in a position to make a decision today. We are going to give them more time. Why? Because everything in the closer's formula is based around listening to the seller's motivation and their needs. And we solve that by buying their real estate, but we listen to them. This right here is insanity that she's even proclaiming that anything in this video is what we stand for here at Titanium.
Look, my team is locking up 20 plus contracts per month consistently without depending on one call closes. And
again, I have never said your process does not work. Even though you're saying that, I guess the only way my process works is because I'm taking low-hanging fruit and I'm being a pushy car salesman. I know Tiffany does deals, right? Just like we do deals. The process can work because if you embrace that process, you are consistent with it, and you become an expert, any process can work as long as it's not completely broken. This is why it's shocking to me that she's attacking me in this ad and spending her money to come after me. It's just clout chasing.
we still manage to seal the deal and lock up contracts with them even after they get off the phone with us. We're not even dependent on a large sales team either.
Okay, I understand that she's able to lock up deals by getting off the phone. My whole point in this is there is a possibility that when you get off of the phone with the seller, you could miss out on the deal then. There's so many. What if you never get a hold of that seller again? What if someone else comes along and makes an offer and gets a signed contract? There are so many things that could happen with you getting off of the phone that our intention when we are on the phone with a seller should be to close, not to elongate the sales process and get off of the phone. Of course, you're able to close deals. You spend an astronomical amount of money on marketing. You have just waves of leads coming in. Tens of thousands of dollars spent on direct mail and PPL, PPC, and Facebook ads. Of course, you're going to be able to close 20 plus contracts. That's nothing. That's baby time.
We have 2 closers and 3 follow-up specialists.
Okay. I appreciate that she's talking about she's able to get these results with a small team. Same thing. Our team is lean and mean. Now, I think Tiffany and Josh, because Josh threw a left hook at me a couple months ago. This is apparently I'm living rent-free in Tiffany and Josh's head because they just keep coming after me. And I love it. I love it. Keep talking about me because I come back and I beat y'all's false accusations with facts. Here's the deal. Our team, I do acquisitions only when the camera's on. Outside of that, it is my team of 3. AJ, Justin, Garrett. They do acquisitions, dispositions. Then we have our transaction coordinator, Keaton. We have our bookkeeper, Kristen. Then we have me and Cassie, and we have 4 VAs. That is our lean, mean team, okay? Which means We are doing more deals than you on a monthly basis with less people.
You heard that right. Not 20, not 12, but 2 closers. They lock up 10 to 14 contracts per month per closer. So listen, the high pressure, close it now or lose it forever approach.
Again, it's not close it now or lose it forever. It's the intentionality is to close it now because we're closers, or we are opening up the possibility of losing it forever. That's just a fact. It's not you're losing it forever. We continue to follow up, but if someone else comes along and they sell the house to that other person, we do lose it forever. That's a possibility. That's what happens when you get off the phone. That's a choice that you make on every single one of your calls, and I believe that is a flaw.
It's not the way to win this game anymore. So sorry, not sorry, one call close fans. I know of a better way for you to increase the number of contracts that you add in your queue every month and reduce the pressure on yourself and your team and still lock up more contracts than ever without forcing yourself or your team into believing every call has to be a home run.
It's not every call has to be a home run. It's every call we go in and we find out, is this going to be a good fit for us? Or does the pain and motivation match the price that we need? Are we the right solution for them? And if we are, then the closer's job is to close the deal. If that happens on 1 call, 2 calls, 20 calls, it is what it is. But we always go into it with the intention of closing it on 1 dial.
So how do you ask? Join us in our 4-week live virtual.
Oh, here we go. So no one's ever seen Tiffany on a phone call. No one's ever seen Tiffany close a deal. But her team, using this process that she has come up with, closes 20 plus transactions a month. Okay? But after all of this, if you want to learn the secret, it's behind the paywall. I love this. So, in order to understand how to do what she says to do, you're going to have to give her money. Now, I sell education. I have a paywall as well. Unfortunately, I also give away all of our processes for free. It's all out there. Multiple videos on how to do closing, the closer's formula, PDFs. We give that away for free on repeat. I do it live for you guys multiple times a week. Every single day, there's a new video coming out on how to do this business for free. You don't get that from Miss Tiffany. What you get is 4 weeks. 4 weeks. That's amazing. 4 weeks, and then you're going to be a great closer.
Wholesaling masterclass where we break down all the myths. We give you the real phone sales strategies that work, and we show you how to implement the systems that bring consistent processes for you and your team over the phone month after month. And the best part, we're not only going to teach you how to replicate our exact systems that allow us to lock up 20 plus contracts a month, we're also going to teach you how we lock up almost every single contract fully virtual over the phone, sight unseen.
Okay, that's the exact same thing that we do. All right, I don't see any more value here. That being said, I'm tired of listening to this. This is just, now she's just pitching, her 4-week live. I will say it's adorable that she sells something for 4 weeks. Everything that we sell is lifetime. So you come in, you swipe a card, you've got access to that for lifetime. Titanium University, lifetime. Every single day, live implementation calls with RJ, Cassie, Nick, Justin, Garrett, our entire team. We get in there. It's about results. It's about implementation. Okay. The education exists out there for free. All right. We give that away for free. Now, let's go back to I'm a pushy car salesman. Here's an example of me being a pushy car salesman. Piece of property you're looking to sell?
I am.
How much you looking to get for that property?
$10.
What all needs to be done to it?
Move it, everything, honestly.
Because of the condition and the location, I don't want to own this property myself. But I can wholesale this property.
You can give it a try if you want to.
You don't sound very hopeful there. How about this? I'll send you over the contract for the $10,000. We'll open up title. We use Investor Lift for dispositions. Listen, it's going to put the property out in front of all the buyers. I ain't going to try to make a lot. We're probably just going to try to push up for like 15. If you're good with that, then let's get it going.
You sound credible.
Text me your email address. I'll send you over the contract here, and we'll get it rock and rolling, okay?
Got you, man. Give me about 30 minutes. I'm actually busy right now.
All right, appreciate you. All right, so that's an example from the previous 50-50-50. So that video is from about a year ago, all right? And apparently that's one of the 125 contracts that I got in 50 days. That's out there live for you guys to see. That's one of many examples of me closing a deal on one down. Now, where in that do you think I should have hung up the phone, then come back and done an underwriting call, and then come back and made an offer? There are situations on repeat where it is primed to just close the deal. I did it again just this past Tuesday when I went live calling speed to lead leads. The first dial that I placed, seller was highly motivated, broke down exactly what he needed, gave me a banger of a price. Now, according to Tiffany, I needed to hang up the phone so I could close 50% more deals. Again, a mythical fact just made the fuck up, but I repeatedly show you that that's not the case. And I close more deals with better KPIs than anyone else out there even claims to do. And I do it live for you guys. All right. Now, enough about me. All right. Because here's my thing. When I see this, it frustrates me because it's not just an attack on RJ, even though the fake beard and she's calling me the big guru and the one call methodology. This to me is an attack on my entire community. Anyone that believes in what we stand for here at Titanium. All of the members of our community at Titanium University are pissed the fuck off at Tiffany. She's just digging a hole for herself. Just keep going, sweetheart. Josh started, you keep going. Like we said, Titanium was clearly living in results-driven's head rent-free. So let's talk about the results that we get over here at Titanium. Let's bring this up here real quick. So this right here, this is screenshots of posts inside of the Titanium University page of this is not all the posts. These are just the signed contracts, signed assignments. And as you can see, it's just forever long. Okay. And as we go down, we will see one dial closes, closers formula working, assignment, over and over and over again. And this is what frustrates me when someone feels like because they have a process and they have something to sell. We all know that you have something to sell, Tiffany. You go sell it. Stand by your product, but lay off of someone else's product that's getting people results. Okay? This is not beneficial to the industry to say there's a better way to do this than what RJ is teaching because it's not what you teach. Just like I have repeatedly said, guys, if you don't resonate with what I talk about, comping and underwriting on the phone, asking open-ended questions, building reverse rapport, if that doesn't resonate with you, find someone else out there that you resonate with and follow their process. You need that process and you will get results. Look at 6 of 6 signed contracts. $100,000 under asking price. But yet I get told that we're just taking low-hanging fruit. Again, just lies that are just 18,500 price reduction signed, running up today. I mean, it's so frustrating to me that a quote-unquote leader in this industry would go out there and literally spend her money when we have people following our process, guys facing foreclosure, multiple lead sources, property leads, one's not approved. I'll probably keep this house. If I sell it, it will be quick, cheap, wholesale. Helping sellers. Do you think this person that's facing foreclosure would have felt comfortable with us getting off of the phone and having to place 3 or 4 phone calls? Hell no. They are desperate for a solution, and this community member of Titanium University provided it because of the closers formula, because of our process. This is why I'm frustrated. We're halfway done. We got a lot more to go through. Just give it a second. Let it take in. Maybe I'll go a little bit faster. It's frustrating for me because at a time like this, where there are regulations being brought down on the wholesaling industry, we are literally saying that, hey, things that are working, people that are doing things the right way are doing it the wrong way because you want to sell a $200 4-week live course. Stand on your product and sell your $200 course, but don't attack an entire community of people in your exact same industry and say they're doing it the wrong way. That's my point. It's disappointing. I'm disappointed. And the other thing is this whole thing about one dial methodology. Okay. I think you guys get the point here on what I'm showing you on the community bringing up assignment signed contracts. Okay. But let's talk about when we talk about the King Closer formula. Okay. This is our PDF that we give out. I went through every ad that we have run on every platform for the last year. Okay. Not one ad says anything about one call close. This PDF has been sold to thousands of people for $37. Nowhere in this, in the King Closer formula, does it mention one call closes. Again, this entire video, this entire ad, this campaign that the highs are running against titanium and attacking me on repeat is just chock full of bold-faced lies. There's nothing in here about this. The goal should be to close the deal, but nowhere in here does it say you need to do it on one dial. Nowhere. In fact, on the pushy car salesman, what about this, Tiffany, where I say, we do not manufacture deals. If there isn't a deal, seller isn't motivated, wants too much, is an asshole, etc., then move on. Embrace no. Rule number one inside of our process is embrace no. We are the anti-pushy car salesman. Anti that. Here's the steps. Confirm that they want to sell. Establish the price. Discover their motivation. Revisit price and analyze and comp the property. Close the deal. If that takes one dial, 200 dials, 3 dials, it doesn't matter. That is our process. Nowhere does it say that our process is the one dial methodology. That is some bullshit that you made up, your agenda to sell your 4-week class. So stand on that. But I would prefer for you to not stand on lies, not sit on that, and come up and actually provide value and sell that. Show us how it works one time. Let's see Tiffany or Josh get on the phone. If they don't get on the phone, because I don't think they ever do get on the phone, show us your team getting on the phone, placing 3 calls, closing it. Awesome. You do it 20 times a month. Show us one time, provide that credibility, and then stand on that credibility, because that's all we do here at Titanium. We do it over and over and over again. Live acquisitions, live dispositions. We show that it works. We build that credibility, and then we stand on it, and we say, we show you that it works. If you want to pay us to help you implement that and get results, that's where you pay us. Why? Because here at Titanium, we are actually results driven for our community and other people like you watching this video, not only results driven for our own bank accounts. And that's the problem that I have with this ad and this smear campaign that the highs have out against me. Because it's not about results for everyone in this industry. Because if it was, they know for a fact that what we do here works. And they would never come out and say anything like they said in that video. So is Tiffany High results driven? Fuck no. She's results driven for herself, not for this industry. And I'm tired of having to have this conversation. I really would like it if you guys would just stop talking about me, my company, my community, my process, my anything. Talk about yourself. Show us that. Sell your shit. Make your money. But leave us the fuck alone.